Piggy? The game about getting keys to escape. But this game's origins is much more interesting. Note that this goes on statistics, but not on lore. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Minitoon's inspiration on the game was when he played Don't Get Killed by the Pig. He thought that he can do it better, so after 5 days of production, the game was developed. Within the golden age of Piggy, the game started just as any others, with tens of active players. One YouTuber with the name Sketch had stumbled on the game. Many viewers liked the game, so they also started to play the game. Minitoon started to see this success. He got IKEA's help in developing the gallery map while he developed the station map, and the game continued to increase in the number of concurrent players. Minitoon then decided to introduce some lore to the game, a story for the people to follow, and in the next chapter, he introduced us to the first outro cutscene ever in Piggy's history. Many fans loved the new story that was developing, and the introduction of Bunny thus made the game even more popular. Everyone enjoyed the weekly updates that the game was doing, a new chapter every week, with new notes. Chapter 6 even had a note that started to link to the events of MRP. Chapter 7 was doing so well too. There were notes from the TSP, and the Patient Zero note. On top of that, Bunny's death was so popular that many fans were sad about her death. The more YouTubers that joined, the more popular the game became. Chapter 8 introduced to us Zizzy and Pony, and Chapter 9 left the whole community on their toes on who can be behind that dumpster. Chapter 10 answered that question, but opened another question, which is there going to be a Mr. P encounter? Then Chapter 11 left us on a more hiatus on, is Zizzy and Pony going to make it? What happened to Mr. P, and so much more questions, all to be answered in the next week. As the next week approached, everyone got their answers, most questions were answered and mysteries were solved. After the true ending was found, many fans were disappointed that there won't be a book 2, but the truth is that Minitoon was working in so many hours that he was tired. The real reason was unknown, if he didn't want to do a book 2 or if he was on a break. But in an interview, he revealed plans for book 2 were being made and that the game was going to make a book 2. Many fans were excited for its release, and on September 12th, the fandom loved the alleys and the store map and were so sad about Zizzy's death in the refinery map. The game was looking like it was going to be just like before. But then, the game started to lose its active players count. The end of the golden era. The silver era of Piggy began. This era featured the rest of Book 2. This was due to issues in the maps. The Safe Place maps gameplay was so boring that many fans didn't play it. The sewers was a scary map to the point where moms were complaining about how scary it was, losing more players. The factory map's idea of a boss fight was more like a chase, running from Willio and Coley. Chapters 7 to 9 were basically filler. Chapter 10 was hyped by Minitoon and Pl Films, which led to an increase in the concurrent player count, which continued to increase until the hidden ending was found in Piggy. Book 2. Even after the hype, the concurrent player count upon release in the lab map was 70,000 players, which compared to 500,000 players is nothing, proving how Book 2 failed. It was so interesting to see something demanded by the community be hated and is unliked. After the hidden ending update, Piggy entered a very sandy era. The Desert Era, as it speaks, was a very dead era for Piggy. The era started after J update of the hidden ending all the way to the DK update. The reason it was called the Desert Era was due to the lack of updates and the loss of players. It was looking like the game was going to fully die out. But Minitoon's disappearance was for 2 causes. 1. For the production of the new Piggy Inner City game, and secondly, because Minitoon was in the background, hiring teams to do updates for Piggy. And so, Minitoon announced that Bunny would get a CFC chapter, and once it released, it ended the Desert Era in Piggy. The Silver Era began. An interesting amount of great updates were done. DK, Delirium, Season 7 and 8, the best of seasons of the game, and to winter updates that blew up Piggy. All because Minitoon had hired a couple of teams to help in the creation of different updates. It was looking good for Piggy, and an overhaul update was done, which changed the game forever, of course for the better. And those were some of the updates that were done. The Silver update also includes the release of the demo version 2, because it was a huge success, but it wasn't enough to be in the Diamond Era. The Diamond Era. This, of course, includes the release of Piggy Inner City, which got around 100,000 active players upon release. Even though now it averages around 4,000, it still deserves to be in the Diamond Era. It proved that Inner City still can be a viral game. and the reason why it doesn't have a high number of active players was due to the fact that most players finished all of the quests and story. Minitoon still has future updates, so the Diamond era still continues on ...